Why not? Just to the end. Just be kind.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tarda Zone. We are here and we're doing a late night watch along. We are going to start off. I want to do Peter Capaldi's era again, so we're going to do the first episode, and I'm going to talk while I'm obviously watching. Um, Obviously, it's late night, um, and I won't be doing these like every week. What I'll do is I'll do them every so often, but I've decided to obviously start Peter because I like Peter Capaldi's era. I do think his era gets an awful lot of stick, and that's why I've decided that I'm going to rewatch it and actually see if um, it's as good as I remember. Because, as I said, I do actually like the Peter Capaldi era. Does get a lot of stick off people, but I am a fan. So if you are going to be watching with me, you know the routine. Um, put your DVD in, and we'll get going. I'm actually having a late night snack as well. So if you want to take part and comment in the chat, you're more than welcome to do so. So I'm just sharing the links there, just in case, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be wondering why I'm doing such a late night stream. But we've got one human watching at the moment, so whoever you are, welcome. So I'm about. Actually, I didn't know this episode was that long, is it? It actually is. Right, so I didn't realise that the first episode of the Peter Capaldi era is actually 1 hour and 16 minutes. So obviously we're watching the very first episode of season 8. So I see there's 6 people watching, so I'll wait and see if there's anybody come into the comment section there, and if so, then I'll press play just in case you want to watch it with me, a bit of the midnight viewing. But yeah, as I said, Matt Smith had left. A lot of people weren't sure on Peter Capaldi, especially the younger fans. The younger fans were devastated when Matt Smith left. Us fans, older fans, we thought Peter was the perfect casting. We couldn't wait until he actually played the Doctor. The thing about it is, though, a lot of fans out there are very, you either love Peter's Doctor or you hate it. And I was one of those that loved it. But Moffat didn't know which kind of direction he wanted or tone he wanted for Peter's Doctor. And in season 8, it is all over the place. Now, season 9, which we will get to eventually, to me is where they got the balance absolutely perfect. So I'm going to start the fourth episode. Deep breath. So I'll do the countdown just in case there is anybody watching, but they're not commenting. Right, so I will do a countdown. So we'll go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you press play. And we're off. Of course, in this episode, we start off with a dinosaur, a T Rex in London. And it's going to take a chunk out of Big Ben. I'd say the Brits would be loving a dinosaur going through Westminster right now. And of course, Madame Vastra and Jenny. I mean, what a way to start an episode. Dinosaur T Rex at Westminster, and it cops up an old TARDIS there. Look, there we go. Landing, perfect landing. Madame Vastra looks absolutely stunned. What she's just seeing there. Of course, Moffat got in the old cheeky sex jokes. Yeah, that was lovely. Right. Jenny and Strax, here we go. Do you know what I do like this TARDIS. Yeah, I love this. Strax walking to the door. It's a pity though, because they made Strax. I suppose Strax turning out the way he did was a sign of things to come, really. You know? The doctor just told him to shush. Now, let me know if the sound is okay. Can someone let me know if the sound is okay? Hold on, I'll check myself. You will probably hear me talking twice here, but that's because I'm just checking the sound. Okay, so don't worry, it won't be an echo. Echo. His name is Seven the Watts. His name is Seven the Watts. Oh yeah, I'm working. Grand. Thingy, the not me one. The ask the questions one. It might be Clara, it might not be. Yeah, sorry, I didn't do the stream today. I've just been busy. Cheryl is coming home soon, and I have lots to do before she comes home. Um, but I did. Do you know what I said? Fecka, do you know I was sitting here and I was thinking, will I go to bed because I'm fucking bored? I knocked off the TV and then I said, you know what? I might as well come on and do a fucking stream. My lady friend. He thought Strax was Clara. This regeneration did go a bit weird though, didn't it? El Capaldi's one. I do love this episode though because it does make reference to the fires of Pompeii. Do you remember? Because the whole, why did I choose this face question. I do like the late night streams, got to say. We used to do some late night streams back in the early days, if you remember. Right, we're finally into the intro now, and I still can't get used to that theme tune. Still to this day. Wow, wow, wow. That's what it sounds like to me. Wow, wow. Who invented this room? Oh, I love when he starts panicking here. Why is there only a bed in it? Don't look in that mirror. It's absolutely furious. I love it. Yeah, his regeneration went a bit. He forgets that the universal translator, obviously. Catnaps. He likes to skip ahead to his bit because it saves time. I just love it. She knocks him out here, doesn't she? Yeah. Boom. She says, I love monkeys. They're so funny. That line wouldn't fly in 2024 now. Men are monkeys, she says. Oh, yeah, Clara doesn't fully understand the whole regeneration because she says, how can we change him back? I have to say, compared to the 11th hour, this one's a bit more slow paced as a season opener. That's a bit more mellow compared to most season openers, you know. Rose, if you go back to Rose, it was a bit fast paced that one, but this one's a bit more, calm. And then of course Clara is questioning everything now as they do. But Rose did the same thing though at first with Tennant's doctor. So it's nothing new with the companion trying to, come to terms with the fact that the doctor has changed appearance. A dinosaur in Westminster, what? The doctor is whispering. I am alone now. Moffat really did write some good material. He really did. He tried to be too clever most of the time, to be quite honest with you. But when he just kept it simple, there was nobody better. Boy, Madame Vestra is waiting. May I take your clothes? I do love Stephen Moffat's time, says Glenn. Yeah, it was. I do like his era. I have to say, his era gets a bit of stick, but I do like his era. You know, he look, he did a lot more good than he did bad, in my opinion. I don't think we realised how good we had it when he originally aired. It took repeat watches. No, this is actually very good. It's very compelling. And it's sinister as well because the android bloke now is just at the, you know, killing your man. Clara did take this personally, didn't she? She took it a bit too personally, but in fairness, but I suppose she probably. You wouldn't get this dialogue with. I'm just listening to Madame Vastra talking to Clara there about, how you think he's young, you know. Bro, he's sniffing now. He's about to get up off the bed. Here we go. But as I said, compared to most season openers, this one is low key, but I like that. I like that. But it's the dialogue. The dialogue in this one is very, very, very good. And that's what it is, really, with this one. And the character, the establishing his character. He's got the chalk now. And of course, we do know that that becomes a main feature. Madame Vastra is deadly in this thing, though. Oh, he's realised the dinosaur. Oh, Barton, not me. Here we go. He goes out the window, doesn't he? Yeah, of course he does. Doctor never does anything simple. Yeah, Jenny there. He's lost in the ruin of himself, and we must bring him home. I mean, what a line! I mean, what you don't even get that level of writing with RTD now. Yeah, big sexy woman. Oh, and then he does throw in those stupid lines. You know, your retarded got stuck in your throat. It happens sometimes, but it's how I pick up ladies or some mad shit he said there, man. Oh, I just have to killing them. Like that's human response to everything, though, isn't it? Like a dinosaur's in Westminster, yeah, okay, in London, and the first thought of humans is to burn the thing. But it wasn't actually him, wasn't it? That was the alien droid thing, wasn't it, or something? But still, I was talking to the horse. He's on a horse. We'll never get Doctor Who like this again. That's that's for sure. It'll never be at this level. You know, as I've said on the channel, you know, over the past few months, you know, I think we did judge Moffat too harshly, to be quite honest with you. As I said, I'm not going to sit here and say he didn't make mistakes. Of course he did, and he went over the top sometimes. But as I said, he did do more good than bad. And I mean, Heaven Sent. I mean, Faith of the Raven, Heaven Sent. I mean, Jesus Christ, those two are brilliant. I can't wait till we get to those. And Before the Flood as well. What's that one? The something the lake and Before the Flood, whatever the fuck. I used to know all these episodes off by heart. I've just given up, really. But that's why I wanted to watch it again because I do like the Capaldi era. She was scared. I brought her here and look what they did. That is not the question. A dinosaur is born. Right. So what's the question is? Have the enemy similar? I mean, come on. The doctor, imagine thinking that's the question though. See, that's thinking outside the box. That's what makes the doctor clever, right? Because he thinks of the things that others don't think. He doesn't ask the question. He asks the questions that others don't even think about. Oh, doctor's on the run again. Right, so the doctor's on the case. Military tactics. Um, how lucky are we that we have decades upon decades of Doctor Who to look on and enjoy, even if you don't like the current era? We are lucky. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of fans out there. I used to let what happened now affect me enjoyment for it. To be quite honest with you, but not anymore. Um, I can watch this now as a separate entity to what came after Moffat. As simple as that. I tell you, man, they wore some decent clothes back in the day, didn't they, man? Well, you know what? That's what's missing from society today. You know, you don't get well dressed people anymore. You know, people just throw on whatever shit, including myself. Like, but you know, when I was in my twenties and stuff, I wore a lot of suits. I actually did. I like to dress smart. I think that's missing from the world today. You know, people going around with the top hats. Do you remember the women dressed up in the skirts and their hair looking amazing and stuff? Oh, she gives him the book. He gives the bucket of water. Oh, oh, he's looking at her subconscious, and he even actually says that she's narcissistic. Like, oh, Clara was 27 years old. How did I miss that? Put your clothes back on. In fairness, though, Strax was the comic relief, but he shouldn't have been because he's a Sontaran. but he is funny. Oh, this is the scene now in the alleyway with your man. I do love this because this is kind of the whole face thing, why he chose that face. Again, Moffat was clever. It was just when he tried to be too clever is where he failed. But Bitey. He's asking about the face. Have you ever seen the face before? I never know where the faces pop up. Just pop up. Did you think that at the time when Missy turned out to be the master, that the Doctor would eventually become a female? Did you think the groundwork started there? Some would argue that that's where it actually started. Look, we do know in the 80s they toyed around with the idea, but they never actually done it. Um, I think Missy, yes, definitely opened the door. I didn't mind. Look, Missy to me, it's I used to call her a deranged Mary Poppins, and not really the master sort of thing. But she's kind of grown on me over the years, so I do accept her as a female version of the master. But she was a great actress, right? So she could carry it off. When you get someone in like Jodie Whittaker, who's a good actress, but not a great actress, then you're going to struggle. And I think Jodie Whittaker not only struggled with the role, but the material that she was given was mediocre. So she didn't get a chance to shine. I don't believe Chibnall played to her strengths. My fear is though, is that if Disney and Bad Wolf do decide to renew the show for another season, I do fear that they might revert back to another female doctor, thinking that that might actually boost the ratings. Whereas the problem is actually RTD. His writing is just not good enough anymore, unfortunately. No, impossible girl. Yeah, that whole see, that's where I think Moffat made a mistake. He made Clara too important when she didn't need to be important, to be quite honest with you. And I would have preferred her, I would have preferred them to have taken, you know, Victorian Clara instead of the Clara that we ended up with. Clara becomes insufferable actually in this era though. That is an issue for me. The way she talks down to Peter's doctor sometimes as well is a bit, over the top, I think. And then, Moffat does the whole thing where, Clara who, think she's Doctor fucking who. Right, so she's turned up at Mancini's restaurant after receiving the impossible girl now. Of course, at the time we thought it was the doctor that sent it as a bit of a signal, but then we obviously find out later on. And there's the doctor. He looks like a homeless. He is a homeless. I know it's everywhere. It's him. He smells like fucking dog shit, and she's there to smell. And he goes, "I know it's everywhere." I remember not liking Deep Breath when it first aired. Found it too confusing, but on repeat watched, absolutely brilliant. It is. It actually is. And you know, there's that saying where people say, "Did the doctor push him, or did he fall? Did he fall?" I always like to think that he pushed him because I wanted Peter's doctor to be, a darker doctor to the lighter doctors that we got. You know what I mean? He actually described the master there without even realizing he did. We got 6 people watching tonight. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. I know it's a late one, but as I said, I'm going to be doing these late night Doctor Who season 8. This is episode 1. We'll do episode 2. But it won't be each week, like, if you know what I mean. I'll just do them at random. Um, but as I said, won't be too much of a break between the episodes because I'm actually enjoying this. So they figured out. But he already said who plays the. He just doesn't realize. Ego maniac. Mhm. Yeah. There's nothing more important than my egomaniac, Clara just said there. The doctor has already figured out what's going on, that there's a bit of a trap going on here. and she hasn't sussed it yet because she's too self-absorbed right now. The script got you thinking, mate. He is a hero or an anti-villain, all done brilliantly. It's a shame it took so long to appreciate the story. Really does prove repeat viewings are important. I agree. It's just a pity that Moffat didn't, as I said, the balance is a bit all over the place in season eight, though, because in this episode he's really looking like kind of, as I said, dark, and then you do question whether he did push the android right at the end, or whatever you want to call it. Forget what you call him, but I kind of wanted that tone to keep going, but then he lightened it up, So the balance was kind of all over the place. But he gets it perfect in season nine. I mean, the balance of Peter's Doctor. And now they figured it out. And these people that are doing the acting is fucking deadly, man. In the restaurant. We got 8 people watching. If you don't mind hitting that like button, and don't be shy, come on into the chat there with Glenn. Glenn is in there leaving a couple of comments. Come on in and leave a comment. Let me know if you're a fan of Deep Breath. Have you watched it? Are you a fan of Peter's Doctor? So they all stood up. This is brilliant. Even the music, Glenn, like, and the sound effects is deadly as well. It kind of reminds me of the girl in the fireplace. Obviously, that was in France, but you know what I mean with the droids, except the clockwork people in the girl in the fireplace. And again, he's asking the question, "What is this restaurant?" I enjoyed Deep Breath and thought Peter Capaldi was an excellent doctor. I do agree with you there, man. No sausages. Have you got children's menu? They're on the menu. Oh, you put the face on it. Yes, we have a children's menu. I mean, the special effects and all still hold up on this. I demand speak to the manager. I do prefer Peter Capaldi's hair though in season nine. The short hair here, I don't really think suits his doctor. Now looking at his short hair, because used to seeing him in the other hair, his longer hair. Go on. Don't miss. Oh, oh, she hit him in the goalies. But again, that was Stephen Moffat adding in those little things that led to bigger things. You know what I mean? All of this sexual innuendo and all of that. I mean, you don't really need that shit in sci-fi. Do you know what I mean? The way I look at it is each season, the further they kind of push the barriers, it led to what Chibs ultimately did. Doctor Who has to go back to its heart and soul, right? Captain, my captain. Oh, I'm hearing it now. The music is very subtle, but it's a cross between I am the Doctor and Clara's theme mixed in a little bit, but it's so subtle. These hands don't belong to the same body. I mean, Jesus, they wouldn't write crap like that today. You'd probably frighten all the bleeding kids. That's why everything has been kind of dumbed down with Doctor Who now. Kids nowadays, they're so fucking fragile. You know, could you imagine those kids watching like The Unquiet Dead or, you know, Dalek? That's pretty fucking scary, right? The God Complex, right? Midnight, right? They'd lose their shit. That's why, you know, if you look at the new episodes now, like none of them have been really scary, but these kids have been saying that some of the episodes they haven't. The level of fucking scary we're used to is completely different to the level of scary these kids. You know, even modern horrors today, right? There's this trailer that's gone around with the audience reacting to a new fucking horror that's out, right? And they're all a bunch of wimps. But every time I see a trailer like that and I end up watching the movie myself, I end up like getting bored. I'm like, is this what they're calling scary today? Right, he's recharged. Oh, she's trapped. Yeah, we don't need any sexual or romance references between companions and doctors. And that's what I mean. Like she throws the sonic screwdriver, she hits him in the nuts, and then she mentions he makes the face because obviously he got hit in the nuts, and it makes that sound as well. And then she, you know what I mean? Like leave it out. We don't need that shit. It's a fucking sci-fi. It'd be different if Doctor Who was for just exclusively for adults, but it's not, right? Never has been, right? It's a family show. It'd be a different story. That's why I actually did like Torchwood because you know it was for the adults. You know, so we did get the innuendo and the romance and all of that, but I didn't mind that shit because we still got our sci-fi, we still got our stories. Captain Jack was brilliant, but you don't do it in Doctor Who. And that's the issue. That's the problem nowadays. Do you want to sex everything up now, right? I even saying there's this singer, what's her name? Sabrina Carpenter or whatever. And there's this video going around on her Why do these modern pop stars nowadays get on all fours and stick their ass in the air so everybody could see their fucking G string and stuff? Can you not just fucking sing a song without getting half fucking naked on stage? Like, oh, this is where Clara can't breathe now, or she's screwed. And this scene's intense, like, because he keeps looking at her. She's trying not to blink. Oh, it's here. Oh, and now she's trying to walk like them. She got out. She got out. You better fucking. Oh, she's screwed. She's running out of oxygen. And the music is just fucking deadly here. And the lights. And she's collapsed. She couldn't hold it any longer. Now, flashback to the school. Right, so she's woke back up after a little. Where is the other one? Well, he done a legger. He done a legger. You will tell us, so you will be destroyed. Threats don't work unless you deliver. Oh, she was in Misfits as well. You one that plays Jenny. I have to watch. Oh, she was in Misfits. Jesus, yeah. Oh, he's taking his hand off. Oh, we will not answer questions. I mean, this is intense, man. This is intense stuff. And the eyeball. Oh, the detail to that as well now. I never noticed all this before. We will reach the promised land. If the doctor is still the doctor, she's yep. And here it is now. Here's his team tune. I just fucking love. I love the music in this era as well, but especially Peter's era. Or Peter's seasons. Never try to control a control freak. I love the way he's throwing shade at Clara. No, it wasn't then. I hate being wrong in public. Forget that happened, he said. So he knows now that he didn't write the note either. No, here's Madame Vastra doing her and Jenny doing their little roll on their sheets. Bit over dramatic there, but in the name of the Brit, and Strax just falls. I don't like the redesign of the Silurians though. Um, I didn't kind of mind it at the time when he did it, but looking at it now, I nah. He's in search of paradise. Oh, Doctor just got. Mancini's family restaurant. The restaurant is closed. I've got a horrible feeling I'm gonna have to kill you, and he's gonna have a drink. So it is in the same time period as Madame de Pompadour and the girl in the fireplace. That's what you needed the dinosaur for. Well, there goes the balloon. SS. Oh, sister ship of the Madame de Pompadour. There you go. How did I not even notice this, man? Oh, I really need to rewatch these all again, man. Something's gone wrong that I can't remember shit. I do remember this scene though where they're fighting, don't they figure out they have to stop breathing or something. The hot air balloon made out of skin. Everything is so important. I mean, the writing, the dialogue. He's looking for the promised land, and the doctor's like, it's a superstition. The designers of all of these droids are brilliant. Oh, they're having a bit of a scrap. Right, so they're holding their breath. Take a deep breath. Yeah. Hence the name. Right. There we go. He just happened to land straight on top of Big Ben. And it's the doctor's face here. And then he looks up at the camera with his eyes. And then like you're kind of thinking, well, did he do it? And that's the beauty of Moffat's writing, as you said earlier, Glenn. You know, he makes you question everything. Oh, she's back in her old clothes. Claire making the point that she's not staying. And now Clara's team is coming through subtly as well. And here's the TARDIS now. I do love that sound. I remember when I heard that sound for the first time as a kid. Give him hell, he'll always need it. Love it. Yeah, but she gave him too much hell there, Madame Vastra. She started talking down to him and all. He didn't like that shit. Well, here's the new. Yeah, she doesn't like it. There should be more round things on the wall. I love it. And here's his music now. Oh man. This is where he asks us the question if he's a good man, isn't it? This whole scene is just brilliant. 2,000 years and not all of them were good. Made many mistakes. And it's about time I did something about that. Clara, I'm not your boyfriend. I do like his costume. I know it wasn't like the costumes that we expect a bit barmy, but I think this costume suited him. And I do like, obviously, there's a woman out there who's very keen that we stay together. Of course, we do find out who. Oh, yeah, it's good. I forget. I forgot. I know what's coming. I have to say, when this scene happened, I was actually gutted because then I realised Matt was gone. But this is deadly, man. This scene is deadly. Yeah, because he knew what was coming. Oh, man. What a, what a man. Trains a lot. That's why the phone was out of the phone box when Clara walked to the TARDIS in trains a lot. Fucking see, Moffat, when he's clever. He didn't do anything, Clara. He's more scared. He needs you. Is that the doctor? I love the way the both of them repeat the same line. He sounds old. Is he grey? And don't be afraid. Ah, He asked you a question. I mean, Moffat did drag this whole thing out of her not being convinced he was the doctor a little bit too much, though, in fairness. Come on. I suppose bringing Matt Smith back for the first episode of Peter Capaldi's run is a stroke of genius, though. To have two doctors in the same episode. She looks into his eyes now. And then she smiles. Thank you for phoning. But the fact that you had to make a phone call, that kind of annoyed me about Clara. Like, I don't think I'm a hugging person. uh, Glasgow. Of course, he landed in Glasgow. Chips. See, that was a kind of a mirror of the Christopher Eccleston and Rose, where she says, "I smell chips. Do you smell chips?" And then we go to this scene here. There she is. Did he? There you go. See, even Missy says it there. Did he push you out of that thing or did you fall? So Moffat again, just reminding the audience. Very clever. She does a little dance here, doesn't she? Yeah. Next time. Oh, into the Dalek, isn't it? Do do do. Well, well. What can I say? Look, got to be honest, that has aged like a fine wine. Um, that was absolutely. Listen, it's been a while since we done Capaldi. Um, that was just absolutely brilliant. What a season opener, and then to get that cameo of Matt Smith in there as well. Uh, absolutely brilliant. But you kind of knew by that end scene that we were definitely gonna see something exciting. And now, like, they follow it up with Into the Dalek. What can I say? It's a good story, says Bobby D. I agree. It's a good story, but it's a bit long. I mean, yeah, an hour and 16 minutes it was. And I didn't realize that until I actually, because when you watch it, kind of, I think it flies through a little bit. Um, as I said, this isn't an episode that's at, like I compared. I said 11th hour, for example. That's a bit, it's fast paced and there's always something happening. Whereas in Deep Breath, it's more about the dialogue, um, and the doctor finding himself and stuff like that, and then the whole mystery of the note, who sent the note for the two of them to meet up in the restaurant, all of that. So and then obviously you see the scene at the end there with Missy, and I don't know if many people at the time kind of figured out that she was a female master with the fact that she was called Missy, but obviously when we get to the reveal, it is deadly, I have to say. It's very well done. But this does age like a fine wine. Um, this was definitely um, a very good start. It's now 11th hour, obviously, because the pace is different. But I mean, again, if I was to, I don't know if I should start rating these late night streams now to start rating these episodes, but I have to say I would give this probably a 9 out of 10 if I was to rate it now. Um, and there was little things that I missed. Well, obviously, we've seen these episodes a few times, but I missed a few little details, to be quite honest, and I got them this time round. Like the detail on the android, the droid with the eye, half of the face, and then you see the eye on the other side, and you see that it's connected to the connective tissue and all of that. I missed little things like that. I did. The effects still hold up in this. They're absolutely fantastic. I can't knock them. Um, Overall, I will say this: if you took Jenny, Vastra, and Strax out of this story, you wouldn't be missing too much. Yeah, I say if you had have removed their scenes, you'd get your 45-minute episode right there and then, or maybe an hour. Um, I don't know. I just think they were kind of pointless in this episode, really. But I could understand why Madame Vastra with the veil, the whole thing with Clara not accepting the doctor. So there's little subtle things there, but you know Strax at this point is just, comic relief. And yeah, while it is funny in some parts, is kind of getting a bit tiring now. With Strax, it was at that stage, wasn't it? The same with Jenny and Vastra as well, and pushing the Roma. I mean, I will say that. I mean, Moffat really did push that relationship in this episode as well. But does it take away from the overall quality? No, it doesn't. In fairness, so yeah, I'll give this a 9 out of 10. I'll give this a 9 out of 10. I think that's a good strong start. To be honest, I'm probably giving it. See, this is the thing. I'm kind of thinking, should I rate it that one, because I know there are a couple of 10 out of 10s in this season. Um, but is that up there? Deep breath. Yeah, I'd still have to say, yeah. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I think that's a good solid start. So yeah, as I said, what we'll do is I'll be doing more of these late night streams. They'll be just at random. But when we come on, we'll be doing the next episode. It won't be too long till the next one. As I said, not doing them every week, one a week. What could happen is there could be another one tomorrow, next day. I don't know when, but it'll be, you know, it'll be a quick turnaround, let's just say. I just when I'm kind of in the humor doing one, I'll do one. You know what I mean? But right now I'm on a bit of a buzz with Doctor Who because I've been watching classic. So you know, I said, Fecca, I'll come on tonight, and I wanted to do Peter Capaldi. So I said, I'll start with Deep Breath, and we'll go from there. So I want to thank everybody that has watched. We've had about 5, 6, 7 people in at one stage watching. Bobby, Robert, and Glenn have been in the chat there, so I want to thank those guys for popping in. But as I said, we'll do a few more. So keep an eye on them, lads. Um, and pop in, give you our opinion, and maybe for the next one, you will have you watch with me, and then you will be able to, talk about the Pacific scene or whatever it is. But I want to thank you for watching and tuning in. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, be absolutely fantastic. And if you're watching later on, obviously, if people watch after the fact, don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of Deep Breath and what rating would you give it out of 10. I've given it a 9 out of 10. It may be a bit high. People probably say it is a little bit high, but I did like this. As I said, I think this aged like fine wine, and there was a few things that I actually missed. And I've watched this episode several times, like so. Uh, I kind of missed some stuff when I watched the those because I'm like, hold on, I don't remember that. Hang on, you know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting watching the rest of these episodes and see if there's anything else I have forgotten. But I do agree with you, Bobby. It is a bit long, this one, but I suppose that was Moffat's whole trait, wasn't it? Really, his season openers were either double bills or they were very long. One episode very long, or his season endings as well were the same. The 9 out of 10 is deserved. Perfect reframe and reintroduction of the Doctor and the companion to me, says Joy. There you go. So, obviously, I'm not the only one that thinks it is then a 9 out of 10. And I do agree with your comment there. Absolutely bang on, you know. It's just a pity, though, because I will say that the Moffat era was actually the Peter era, I should say, the Peter seasons were kind of affected because the younger crowd, they were all devastated when Matt Smith left. And they never really, I'm not saying all of them, right? But some of the younger fans didn't warm to Peter Capaldi and did tune out. And the ratings did suffer a little bit because of that. And it was reflected in that, which is unfortunate because I think Peter is up there as one of the best doctors, to be quite honest, in the New Who era. And even comparing them to classic doctors, I think he's up there with Tom Baker and Pertwee, to be honest, and Troughton, Hartnell. I don't like Colin Baker, so I'm not even going to mention him, or Sylvester McCoy. I'm not, Sylvester McCoy, obviously, I did watch his era. Peter Davison was my doctor, but they're level below, in fairness, or a couple of levels below Peter Capaldi. He's up there with the Holy Trinity, as I call it. Pertwee, Baker, and Capaldi. No disrespect to William Hartnell. Obviously, William Hartnell set it all off. Without him, we wouldn't have Doctor Who. But they were the doctors that I enjoyed a little bit more because the William Hartnell stories it could get bogged down. But they were still good and he was still great. But I just prefer those eras. It's just a pity that Troughton's era, unfortunately, they've done a lot of animated episodes, but I just think the animation has been so shocking to me that I haven't been able to what I've watched them, but it's not the same. It's not the same. I was one of those younger fans that accidentally tuned out at the time. just before Smith left, and Capaldi is my favourite doctor now by far. It is a pity, but look, that does actually happen because if you think about it, right, you had David Tennant, the dashing doctor with the hair, right, and then Matt Smith came along, and in fairness, the fangirls went bleeding crazy for him. He was very popular, and then to go from those two doctors to an older doctor was always going to be a challenge, and unfortunately it proved to be uh, a challenge. But as you said yourself, you've went back now and you've watched it, and he's one of your favorite doctors. So his era again. You're giving his era views as well. And he deserves it because you know season 8 is a little bit all over. The balance is not really great, but he does get the balance right in Series 9, Moffat, with the Doctor and the tone that he kind of wanted to go with. A lot of fans, especially younger fans, did find Season 8 very dark and Peter's Doctor a little bit too abrasive. And Moffat even admits that he was a little bit too abrasive, but that's how he had written them. But I think by season 9, as I said, he got the balance absolutely spot on. And then Peter started being a little bit funny as well, you know. Even though he was funny in Deep Breath, there's a couple of scenes where he's funny, but it's not intentional funny. But he does be intentionally funny in the next season, and it does work. But he gets the balance right. But Peter is up there and he deserves to be watched. I always champion Peter Capaldi. I tell people, when they're watching New Who, don't, because some people do stop at Matt Smith, and I do be disappointed with that. Watch Peter Capaldi, give him a chance, because I'm telling you, if you can get through season 8 and you've enjoyed something from it, right? With season 9, trust me, season 9, he hooks you in. Right? He hooks you in because the doctor, as I said, Moffat writes Peter's Doctor perfectly, gets the tone and the balance right, and I'm telling you, he's brilliant. He is, and I'm glad people are watching Peter Capaldi now because I was disappointed when the ratings did go down because the younger fans did walk away, but that was always going to be a gamble when you go for an older doctor. Um, And I don't know. I don't think we'll get another doctor, an older doctor like Peter, for a long time now. I think they'll always go for the younger man, or if they do decide to go with a female doctor again, they'll go with a younger woman. But they'll never. I don't think anytime soon they will go for an older doctor. Um, which is in my opinion it is sad, but that's just the way things are, unfortunately. Anyway, as I said, we will do another one of these late night ones again, so look out for it. Episode 2 of season 8. um it's Into the Dalek, isn't it? Into the Dalek, I think it is. So yeah, if I remember, I wasn't a huge fan of this episode. But again, as I said, I do like Peter in it. But you never know. Watching it again, you know, I might actually enjoy it this time round. At the time, obviously, you know, Doctor Who was kind of in and out with Moffat, but kind of, I think we were all getting a bit sick and tired of Moffat at that stage. But as Glenn said earlier on, I don't think we realised what we had until he was gone. But what can you do about it? What can you do? Anyway, guys, I want to thank you all for tuning in. As I said, don't forget to hit that like button. Leave a comment in the comment section if you're watching after the fact. Let me know what you thought of Deep Breath, what you give it out of 10. And I'll see you for the next one. Well, I'll actually see you tomorrow for the normal stream. Um, uh, uh, Cinnamon is away on holidays. He's on a holiday, so it'll be myself and I don't know if PD is with me tomorrow. I'm pretty sure he is. If not, it'll be myself anyway. So I'll see you tomorrow. Well, it is tomorrow already, but you know what I mean. I'll see you a little bit later on in the afternoon. Tomorrow later on. Yeah, that doesn't even make any sense. I'm confusing people now. Look, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Anyway, have a good one, folks, and enjoy the rest of your evening or wherever you are in the world, and stay safe and look after yourselves. Bye bye.